So we already discussed about the comparison between aerobic and anaerobic system. So anaerobic system which produce methane where the aerobic treatment requires an energy input. Anaerobic treatment no energy required. Here the treatment rates are limited so oxygen are required. Okay, so no offensive odor in anaerobic treatment, aerobic odor problems. In anaerobic low nutrients requirement, in aerobic nutrient addition required. So some applications in anaerobic contact reactor, anaerobic sludge blanket reactor, and also we discuss about the low rate digester and high rate digester, or single stage digester and double stage digester. Okay, so mixing which carried out in the first stage, where in second stage the supernatron and sludge storage occurs. Okay. So what are the disadvantage? So anaerobic process may also have some disadvantage, and the main disadvantage is the slow growth of the methane forming bacteria. As we already discussed, the long detention time. So due to the slow growth rate, this anaerobic digestion having a long detention time vary from 30 days to 90 days. Okay. So anaerobic bacteria are highly susceptible to inhibition by a large number of compounds. Okay, so maybe also the external influence such as temperature, pH, and mixing. Okay, so that's why another bacteria are susceptible to inhibition by a large number of compounds. Then some of the factors affecting anaerobic process. So these depend upon the temperature, pH, alkalinity, presence of toxicity, and mixing. So these are five different factors which affecting the anaerobic process or sludge digestion process. This is the first, temperature. So temperature is one of the major design and operation parameter among other environmental factors. Higher temperature and shorter digester retention time. Depending temperature of wastewater discharge, heating may be necessary, otherwise provide a longer retention time. At larger reactor, capital cost. The second factor affecting the process, that is called as temperature. The metabolic activities of microorganism at any stage of anaerobic digestion is strongly temperature dependent, and three temperature ranges are defined. Okay, so metabolic activities of microorganism at any stage of anaerobic digestion is strongly temperature dependent. Okay, so basically this temperature varies from 8 degree to 60 degree. As low it is 8 degree, then it is 20 degree, below 20 degree, then it is 30 to 40 degrees Celsius, and then it is 50 to 60 degrees Celsius. Okay. So mesophilic bacteria present in 30 to 40 degrees Celsius, and thermophilic bacteria present in 50 to 60 degrees Celsius. Temperature, so optimum temperature is 35 degrees Celsius for mesophilic system and 55 degrees Celsius for thermophilic system. Temperature should be maintained at a constant level. Okay, so produced methane gas can be used for heating. So we need to maintain temperature. As temperature going to be increased, that going to be affect the bacteria. Okay, so as we maintain the temperature, as we need to maintain our temperature should be maintained at a constant level. So optimum temperature is 35 degrees Celsius for mesophilic, and it is 55 degrees Celsius for thermophilic system. So not greater than 60 degrees Celsius. Okay, so produced methane gas can be used for heating. The next, pH. So pH also affect the digestion. So methane producing bacteria sensitive to pH, so inhibited at low pH less than 6.2. Volatile acid accumulate further drop in pH. Okay, so methane producing bacteria sensitive to pH, and due to that again pH going to be decreases. Okay, so pH also should be maintained during this process. So maintain operating pH near neutral 6.5 to 7.5. The next, alkalinity. So the anaerobic process influence the alkalinity. The acid steps reduce the alkalinity and the methane step increase it. The overall result in a small reduction in alkalinity. Any decrease in pH degree should be buffered by addition of alkaline material. So alkalinity vary from 2500 mg per liter provides much buffer capacity when digestion is proceeding satisfactorily, and the alkalinity will normally range from 1000 to 6000 mg per liter. Then presence of toxicity. So effect on growth rate of bacteria. Okay, so if the toxicity present in sludge, then that effect on growth rate of bacteria, and then that going to be decline. Okay, so some other factors like volatile acid should be greater than 10 mg per liter. Then uh, ammonia, which is toxic if it is greater than 150 mg per liter. pH at 7.2, and other factors like sulfide, then heavy metals, toxic at low concentration, so not too much worry. So these are some various factors that affect, that is what the toxicity, presence of toxicity affect the anaerobic treatment. Okay, like volatile solid, ammonia, then NH3, then pH, then metal ions, then heavy metals and sulfide. So these are all various factors, that is toxicity factors, which affect the anaerobic sludge digestion process. So in the figure you can see this water granule and anaerobic sludge digestion, where the sludge supply to the digester and where the sludge digested and rising the biogas at the top, where the gas collection dome and where the treated effluent from the one side we can remove it, and the biogas which collected at the top of the surface. Okay, so as we discuss about the system of working of the sludge digester. Okay, so which consists the gas dome, then scum layer, then supernatant, then active digestion, then a digester sludge storage, and at the bottom digested sludge out. Okay, so a sludge heater also provided an outlet for the supernatant out. Okay, so in two stage, the first stage is mixing and gas storage, and in second stage stratify, that is the separation of supernatant with the reduction of volume of sludge by gravity thickening takes place. So this is all about the anaerobic treatment and aerobic treatment for the sludge.